Good afternoon and welcome to this presentation of North Central College Cardinals Athletics. It is senior day at Benedetti Worley Stadium on this Veterans Day weekend. A lovely November Saturday afternoon as the Cardinals host the Blue Jays of Elmhurst University. 3rd down and 1 for the Cardinals. Wouldn't be surprised to see an inside zone run again here. Bobby Bamer, the tight end, is the up back. And Lanin on the read option will keep it, and Luke Lanin hits the accelerator. Lanin down the sideline. Will he be caught? Absolutely not. Touchdown Cardinals all the way, 83 yards. 1st and 15 from the 35. Handoff right up the middle to Porter. Shakes off one tackle, throws a stiff arm to Vernon, and here goes Porter down the near sideline. Jamar Daniel might be the only guy who can stop him, and he will all the way down at the Cardinal 11. What a run by Tavion Porter. That's his longest of the season.
Boy, Tavion Porter, that was magnificent. I saw two perfectly timed and perfectly executed stiff arms on that. I mean, when you draw it up, it doesn't get any better than that. That's textbook running back execution. That's what you fall asleep dreaming about when you're a running back that runs like that.
Another former COD.
Boom.
Chaparral.
Boom.
Vernon especially there on the end of a ruthless stiff arm. Porter coming off his best game of the season, ran for 109 yards last week in their loss against Wheaton. Anderson, the tight end, the up back. Odom, play action, is in trouble and is wrapped up. No, Vincent thought he had him. Well, good news, Matt Janiak does. It's a sack and it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, slowed him up just enough for Janiak to come in there and clean it up.
Very few freshmen, true freshmen, are often able to make an impact for this Cardinals team. Matt Janiak, though, in recent weeks, really has stepped up.
Yeah, he's come into his own here and really been playing some great football.
Thomas Skokina just picked up 20+ on that reception, the Cardinals' leading receiver. As Lanin hands to Charles Coleman, and here goes Coleman shaking off a tackle. Coleman just throwing a man to the ground, and it takes 4 or 5 white jerseys to eventually bring him down, and that is what Charles Coleman, the junior from Oswego, can do.
Boy, Jesky Maples and company on the left side of that line just opened up an incredible hole, too. Just punishing the Elmhurst front seven.
Elmhurst loading up, expecting a run. Instead, Lanin will throw to the end zone. Miles Walton, touchdown. And with that, Luke Lanin has accounted for more touchdowns than any player in the history of college football. Defensive end, Odom looking down the far sideline. He's got his man Cockrell who makes the catch. He got in behind Baldwin and is out of bounds inside the Cardinals 30. Another big play for the Blue Jays offense.
Boy, we have seen more big plays out of Elmhurst than we've seen, I think, in any of the home games combined so far this year.
Cockrell, who's got 6 receiving touchdowns of the season, just outpaced Baldwin. Let's take another look. Good protection around Odom and delivering a perfect pass. Can Elmhurst make the big play count this time? They couldn't on their last drive. Cardinals with an extra DB on the field. Odom rolling left, looking for time under pressure, escapes the pocket, and now is in big trouble and brought down for a loss on the sack. It's Sakor. As Sacco switches hips on 2nd down and 3. Lanin all day to throw. Flushed out of the pocket with room. Luke elects to throw this, turning around, other shoulder, Jack Rummel all the way down to the 11. Luke Lanin could have run that ball for 20. He threw it for 50 instead. McAtee in motion. Lanin fakes the pitch, stands in with time downfield, looking for Parody. Jacob Parody is horse collared down inside the 10 by DeVries. He lets him know what he thinks about that. It's a big play for the Cardinals, all the way down to the 4.
Boy, what an absolute money pass from Lanin. He sat in there. He led Parody just perfectly. Parody able to haul it in and only brought down by the grace of the horse collar.
Ball's placed at the 5-yard line initially, half the distance to the goal. We'll put it at the 2. That is trying to do some quick math, a 59-yard reception for Mr. Parody. And we just got word from Florida, the triathlon team has secured a 3rd straight national championship, and Haley Poe competed her 4-peat. More on that in a minute. Luke Lanin to the end zone, and it was up and behind parity. But once again, congratulations to senior Haley Poe, a 4-time individual triathlete national champion.
That's insanity.
So a lot of insanity in Cardinals athletics, the football team chief among them, but we mention this about this time every year that Haley might actually have the market cornered on most impressive resume. And to be fair, last week, Helena Makoye, North Central wrestler, won the U23 World Championship in her weight class. So there's a lot going on here in Naperville. Luke Lanin hands to Charles Coleman, and Coleman is in the end zone for his 2nd touchdown, the Cardinals' 4th. They extend the lead. So back out comes the Elmhurst offense. Again, there's been a lot to like about Elmhurst so far today in this game. They're averaging over 7 yards per play, the Blue Jays, and hasn't made a dent yet.
Wow, it's a wild stat.
Got a whistle here. We don't like the football that's out there. We'll trade it for a new one. The problem for Elmhurst is that the Cardinals are averaging 20 yards per play.
Goodness gracious.
1st and 10 at the 25. Odom fakes the handoff. He's looking long for another deep ball. He's got his man Cockrell again. Cockrell makes the catch. This time he's out of bounds at the 20. It's a game of big plays here at Benedetti Worley today.
Boy, that increased that 7-yard average.
Well, we really haven't seen anybody take on the fact that this Cardinals secondary is as beat up as it is, and Elmhurst are saying, hey, we'll just run a bunch of go routes and outrun you.
Yeah, I mean, they really have been behind the Cardinals secondary all day long.
2nd and 10 from the 22. Cardinals bring a blitz. Odom was hit to the end zone. It's a touchdown. What a catch by Cockrell.
And what a ball. I mean, as he was getting just smeared, delivered that ball perfectly.
What a throw, what a catch. And Elmhurst fans might be wondering, why did it take to play the #1 team in the country to see this passing game light up like this?
I mean, they look magnificent.
It's a passing game that has completed less than 50% of its passes this season. That only throws for 150 yards a game. They're going to blow that away in the first half today. On for the extra point is Marco Davila. And flags and whistles.
There is a
Lanin, play action. He's looking for Jake Lynch for the end zone. Touchdown! The first catch of the year for the grad student goes for 6. What a senior day moment for him.
Boy, how fun is that?
And I talked about earlier with the tight ends, Luke Lanin really likes to get guys involved. The only reason Lynch was even on the field is because Rummel had to come off with that slight knock.
Sure.
And on his first snap of this series, it's a touchdown for Lynch. The reigning national champions, although they're faring even worse in the NPI than the Cardinals are. Sacco the handoff, he's got a hole, he cuts upfield. Joe Sacco lost his footing and comes up short. That looked like a sure 6. Instead, it's 1st and goal at the 2.
Yeah, Turf Monster got him on that one. He's mad at himself, too.
I think he might get another chance here as Isaac Banker checks back in for the Cardinals. So far today, Lanin's got 2 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. Charles Coleman has scored the other 2 rushing touchdowns. I'm sure they'd like to get Mr. Sacco one here on senior day. Sacco has the ball. He's got the touchdown.
Boy, it doesn't get much easier than that. I don't even think he got to full speed.
That was a trot at quickest.
Yeah.
2 yards, Joe Sacco into the end zone for the 6th score of the day for the Cardinals offense. We said it might be one of those days, Grant, where the Cardinals get the ball 7 times in the half and score all 7 times. They are currently on pace.
Yeah, you literally said that before the broadcast started.
Ryan X extra point probably could have been blocked, but I think Antonio Mayo made a business decision not to get kicked in the face by a football. Extra point is up and good. It's 42-7. Trips to the right. I think Tavion Porter's taken every snap at running back today. Odom Under pressure, he's in trouble, and he's brought down by Jacob Vincent. The ball is out, and John Sullivan's got it.
I did not see the ball come out. I saw the beanbag fly.
Jacob Vincent forced the fumble. John Sullivan said, "Thank you very much."
Beautiful.
And spiking the rat is the reigning conference defensive player of the week. One of the reasons I miss doing Red Zone, I'd love to interview John Sullivan just about how the last year has felt for him and the way he's risen up not only these Cardinal ranks, but the national recognition ranks as well at defensive tackle.
Well, I mean, when we get to player interviews in the playoffs, that's certainly something that you can bring up.
Stag Bowl interviews?
Sure.
Maybe putting the cart before the horse there, but...
Listen, I just said playoffs.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals at the 12. Oh, they've got Banker in the slot here at wide receiver to give you a sense of what's going on here. Jordan Chisholm never got out of first gear and still got inside the 3-yard line. That was a very slow developing play. I think half the defense still thought Luke Lanin had the football.
Well, yeah, there's always that threat, so you really got to mind him. And then also on top of it, too, it was a really patient run, just kind of letting the blocking set up.
But again, you had the blocking tight end lined up as a slot receiver there. So again, it's in the works. He's back on the left end of the line here, 87, with Bamer on the right end. Chisholm remains the running back. He does not have a touchdown yet today. They're going to mark him actually out earlier at the 5. Doesn't matter. He's got a touchdown now. Jordan Chisholm up the middle, 5 yards. Touchdown.
Looked remarkably similar to the last touchdown run, just kind of up the gut without much resistance.
Lanin back to pass. Under some pressure, goes down the near sideline. He's looking for Parody. What a catch! Over the shoulder, Willie Mays style. Might have gone through the arms of the defender, and it's down to the 16.
I don't think that pass could have been any more perfectly defended, and still he's able to come down with the football.
52 yards. Luke Lanin decided he was going to make up for those passing efficiency and yardage numbers that have dipped in recent weeks. My goodness, what a half. What a throw. Luke's had some accuracy issues this season on the deep ball. Haven't seen that at all today.
No, he's been spot on. Yeah, right through the arms of the defender. That was perfectly defended.
He's part of a triple bunch near side. Luke Lanin is alone in the backfield, and now Coleman goes in motion and more whistles.
I think Elmhurst didn't like it. They called timeout.
No, we're going to respot the football because someone divided by 2 incorrectly. Anyway, so the ball's at the 9, not the 8. Cardinals keep this same odd formation. Coleman in motion again. Lane in the pitch. Bamer the lead blocker. Coleman to the pylon. It's his hat trick of touchdowns.
They saw the play. They saw the play before they started. I mean, there was enough of it run prior to the whistle and the respotting of the football that Elmhurst knew exactly what they were going to do, and it didn't matter.
Nice block by Bamer. Nice vision by Coleman here on senior day. Rydick on for the extra point. The Cardinals have put up 55 and maybe 56 here in the first half. Good snap, good hold, good kick. 2:39 to go in the second quarter. It's 56-7. Luke Lanin's season high is 294, which means he just passed it. Lanin over the middle. He's definitely got 300 now. Here's Skokna racing for the sideline. Great awareness, and he's going to get there.
Wow.
Immediately, he caught that ball and made a beeline for the white paint. Walton, Skokna, Lynch, all to the left. Parody alone at the bottom of your screen. Sacco, the running back. Lanin again to throw. Over the middle, Walton just found a bubble of space, made the catch. He's racing for the sideline. How about the end zone instead?
Yeah, he was going to head out of bounds and saw that he had a clear path to the end zone. He ended up taking a little bit of a wallop once he crossed the goal line, but not before he scored 6.
Miles Walton gets his second touchdown of the day, and the Cardinals have put 9 TDs on the board in a half.
That's crazy town. As Logan Hansen had the spread for this game at 75.
But that probably anticipated no points for Elmhurst, I would have imagined.
Probably.
Reinek's kick is up. It's good. He's still perfect on the season. 63-7 here in the waning seconds of the first half. 2nd and 8. McNeil is back in the game at running back. Madsen is in the slot to the left. Donovan McNeil, the carry. He's got daylight. Here goes Donovan McNeil. Is he going to do it again, the freshman? Still dragging a player with him inside the 10.
I have said it probably 7 times at least in the I love the way that kid runs.
Kyrie Lewis made the touchdown saving tackle. We are seeing over the course of this season maybe the birth of the next offensive superstar of North Central College football, Donovan McNeil.
Look at the burst.
The way that man hits the accelerator.
Reminds me of Austin Brunig.
He stays in the game here, 1st and goal. Dawson Trebelow's the up back. McNeil to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown. Donovan McNeil gets his touchdown in the end, and the Cardinals tack on another TD.
Yeah, he deserved it after that last run.
McNeil, his 2nd touchdown in as many weeks, his 2nd of the season. And Cardinals fans with a lot to look forward to for that man in the years to come.
Yeah, and obviously graduating Luke, it'll be good to have a stellar running game. Not break in the new quarterback.
Not bad, the where McNeil is your 5th string running back.
That's crazy talk.
Kick is up, kick is good. It's 70-7 as we take one more look at McNeil punching this in. Well led on that occasion by the left guard, Josh Golden.
He is at full speed in a step and a half.
5'9", 206. And he doesn't look 206, which tells you that his legs are just
he's
churning.
Just powerful.
It's kind of been true all season, though. I mean, points against per game. Cardinals are averaging 10.7 against so far this season. That's the 8th best mark in the country. If they can hold Elmhurst at 7, that'll get even better. And a big part of that is these players who are playing 30 or 40% of the defensive snaps.
Yeah.
Booming punt is going to be fielded by Hartnett. Interesting decision, but it's going to pay off. He wants his touchdown, and he is not going to be denied. There is a flag again.
Come on, that's twice today, this poor kid.
It's 3 times in 2 weeks. He did this last week, too.
Yeah.
Caden Hartnett has run the ball back 3 times in 2 games for a touchdown. They've all been called back. It's going to be a hold against the Cardinals.
Oh, my goodness.
The flag's at the 39-yard line on the Elmhurst side of the field. Poor Caden Hartnett. He's getting his cardio in these games.
Yeah, I guess. He's going to be in amazing shape.
Getting no credit for it at all.
At least not on the stat sheet. He's getting credit in our hearts.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line for Elmhurst. This has probably been the longest drive of the game in terms of time elapsed. Leons is in trouble. Gets the throw away, but that's a dangerous decision, and Caden Hartnett picks it off. Winning 33 straight now at home. They've won more than 40 CCIW games in a row. You've got to go back 4 years against Wheaton to the last time North Central won. Hey, there's a look up here in the booth. Shout out to the camera crew getting us there. This is our last broadcast. I guess I'll stand up for this part. So
yeah, you got to be able to see you.
So I can actually be on camera. This is our last broadcast of the regular season. Only 4 of them in the normal slate this year, which is too bad. We always like to have as many of these as possible, but
sure,
it's another year where we call nothing but wins. That's always gratifying, and hopefully we won't know until a week from Monday what the future holds for this Cardinals team in the postseason, but we'd like to think we'll be here for 1, 2, or 3 more to get to see this team, led by this particular group of players, make one last run at a title.
Yeah, and keep in mind here with the expanded playoff system this year to 40 teams and the new NPI system and the extended budget, we can see some different matchups. We'll see some expanded travel budget, so teams aren't geographically locked like they have been in years past.
Belhaven last year, and that was a pretty impressive long trip for them to make all the way from Alabama. We'll have to see if it's a variety, if it's a run of WIAC teams, because who knows how many teams they'll get in, as Brad parting words on game day to his players after what is undeniably another job well done. And we could say the same to everybody in the truck, everybody on the camera crew, everybody here at North Central who helps us make these broadcasts possible as we cap off another regular season slate of Cardinals football. That'll do it today from Benedetti Worley Stadium here in Naperville. It's a 70-7 victory for the Cardinals. They're 9-0, and the playoffs are just around the corner. For our entire Naperville Community Television crew, for my broadcast partner Grant Sabo, I'm Alex Campbell. Thanks as always for watching, and we'll see you come playoff time in a couple of weeks.